documents in the assignment leases that I looked at indicates that any, mortgager shall not, without the consent of the bank, enter into any new lease, any or all or any portion of the property, and that in another provision will not remove, demolish, or structurally alter any of the improvements on the property without consent of the bank. The documents that I looked at, I didn't see anything of the bank agreeing to this process.
Well, I'm not sure that redoing, this is actually redoing and fixing and improving existing parking lot. But in terms of what we're entitled to do, we need that in the bank. So, and that's not the town's position to go to the bank approval. Our lawyers are representing that they're in a position that they're excusing.
Okay. You know, I'm generally concerned about this, in that it seems that we're getting the same amount of parking spaces. A lot of money. And Janice, you negotiated this?
No, actually, Adam spent a number of years working on it.
So, you know where the 30-year term came from? Because I'm not.
Actually, I think the mayor probably in their position for what I'm thinking about 30 years.
30-year term actually was compromised for a longer term we were interested in, but we basically wanted to cover the a significant time period that would cover the value of our capital improvements.
Well, that's a problem. I understand the initial outlay, capital improvement, approximately $500,000. Put a lot of money into it, and the owners of the property say, "I don't want to do this anymore." That's a problem for me.
Well, it's meant to cover the initial capital improvement. Repairs are not capital improvements. Repairs are just that. Repairing something that is substantially already in existence. We are creating something through this that doesn't exist right now in terms of the aesthetics, in terms of the actual materials and construction being completed. So that 30 years will easily cover that.
The document says that the town essentially
buildings surrounding the referendum and why we shouldn't be using taxpayers' money to fix private individuals' properties. Right now, here's their maintenance, the owners, which the owners are responsible for, not the taxpayers. The owners and your mayor, some town councilors want to spend money, your tax money, on putting and maintaining this property. Currently, this is how the owners maintain it. Looks pretty well maintained to me, currently by the owners. This is Mr. McGuire's building. This is the part that he's responsible at the current lease to maintain. Let's take a look, see how he's been maintaining his own property. Looks pretty well maintained to me. Why wouldn't you want the town to give you $500,000 to do repairs? You wouldn't have to pay anything. Looks like you're not maintaining it at all as we speak. This is currently what the owner of this property is supposed to be maintaining himself. This is how he considers maintenance. Sure looks like a home run for the owners. $500,000 to the taxpayer. It's your money. Now let's take a look at what we own. Let's see how we're maintaining our own properties instead of spending money on private individuals. This is the corner of North Orchard and Center Street, and you're downtown. Looks pretty well maintained to me. There's a business on Center Street. You ever notice that the other side of the tracks gets different treatment? Maintenance. Remember, $500,000 to private individuals. We can't maintain our own. Another closed downtown establishment. You ever wonder why everything stops on this side of the railroad tracks, including signs, flags, and Celebrate Wallingford? Wouldn't you like to know? Well, let's ask some questions. Maintenance. Hey, no signs on any of the light poles. No flags. There's flags across the street. Apparently none here. Plenty enough weeds, no flags. There's still no flags. Still no flags. Pretty well maintained beautification project, if you ask me. We have $500,000 that we could be spending on private individuals' property, but we can't maintain our own. Tell me that's not a handout. No flags. Still no signs. Flags. This is your downtown. Vibrant downtown. Another thriving business. Another business closed. Another business closed. This is what one business owner thinks. Center Street, beautifully maintained. Notice we have flags. Got flags uptown. Beautifully maintained. Let's take a look at one of Mr. McGuire's other buildings that's on Center Street. See how this one's maintained. Probably a little bit different. Looks a little different than the one we just looked at. Let's look at their parking lot. Geez, no weeds, no trash, beautifully kept up. Town owned. Wood & Kaplan. He's owned it for over 20 years. Right across the street from Mr. McGuire's beautifully maintained building. Short walk away, find Mr. McGuire's buildings maintained a little differently. This is all town-owned property. Wood & Kaplan. Plenty enough parking. All town owned.
mortgager shall not, without the consent of the bank, enter into any new lease, any or all or any portion of the property, and that in another provision will not remove, demolish, restructure, alter any of the improvements on the property without consent of the bank. The documents that I looked at, I didn't see anything of the bank agreeing to this process.
Well, I'm not sure that, redoing, this is actually redoing and fixing and improving existing parking lot. But in terms of what they're entitled to do, we need that in that. So, and that's not the town's position to go with the bank's approval. I'm wondering if they're representing that they're in a position that they're exclusively.
Okay. You know, I'm generally concerned about this, in that it seems that we're getting the same amount of parking spaces. A lot of money. And Janice, you negotiated this?
No, actually, Adam spent a number of years working on it, so.
Okay, so, you know where the 30-year term came from? It's not.
Actually, I think the mayor probably in their position answer what I'm thinking about 30 years.
30-year term actually was compromised to a longer term we were interested in, but he basically wanted to cover a significant time period that would cover the value of our capital improvements.
Well, that's a problem. And I understand the initial outlay, capital improvement, approximately $500,000. Put a lot of money into it, and the owners of the property say, "I don't want to do this anymore." And that's a problem for me.
Well, it's meant to cover